So that was actually a machine learning model.
So here we are ready to make the turn off the Cassiar Highway and onto the Yellowhead 16 Trans Canada Highway. This is a pretty interesting store stop. They have a grocery store, a diner, and even we had a conversation about canning equipment and how expensive it was. I have to say I was pretty excited to get onto Highway 16 after multiple days on the Cassiar Highway. We've not been traveling long distances, so today we did 5 hours, so it's a long day for us, and we picked out a commercial campground, and I think it's 50 Canadian, comes out to about $30 USD, and it's nice to be able to have grass and hookups, and it's a quaint little campground. I'll show you when we get back, but this is the best thing for the dogs. So we're just 11 minutes from our campground, our next location, and today we went to Prince George and had a trailer looked at, had the axle looked at. Long story short, we had the rear axle realigned, a new tire. They actually bent the frame more, bent the axle more, so they curved it more. And yeah, so hopefully our balding of our tires now, that issue is fixed, and hopefully we're good for a while. We have 2 brand new tires on there. It was a little more expensive than I thought, $1,000 Canadian.
It was $750 US.
$750, which is still more than I thought.
Well, the tires, 200 of it.
The alignment should be cheaper.
And then reworking of the axle, the reforming and all that kind of stuff. Because they had to probably take it all the way off the trailer.
Oh, they repacked the bearings too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, if I was a good YouTuber, I would have taped some of that, videotaped some of that. I didn't. And now I'm exhausted and stressed and tired.
But they were. I think they were nice to work with. We'll let you know how the axle.
They did it all in 3 hours, right? So.
Yes. Like we were there at noon, and they were basically done with this by 4 o'clock. But they probably didn't even get in there until 1. They were on lunch or whatever. So yeah. So about 3 hours. So if you're in a pickle in British Columbia and you're near Prince George Tire and Spring, is that what they call themselves? Prince George Tire and Spring.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, they were a nice group to work with. So.
Yep. There you go.
So hopefully we're
good for
sailing going home.
So we're in Stone Creek Campground. We spent the night here, and it's about 30 minutes outside of Prince George, and we're on the way to Revelstoke in Canadian Glacier National Park, and we have another night in transit. Seems like it's taking forever, but sometimes we picked this campground out on Google reviews and the pictures, and I saw grass and the river, so I'm like, yes, let's do that. But one of the things I didn't do is I didn't really consider the highway. I mean, all these campgrounds are next to the highways. This, 97 wraps around the campground, and it has a wall on this lane, so everything just kind of bounces off the wall and you can hear everything. There's also a train up there, which I only heard a couple times, but in the Google reviews they're like, oh, I didn't even hear the traffic noise. I'm like, no, you if you didn't hear it, you can't hear very well. So it's quite loud, but it's hot here, so we're running the air conditioning anyway. And last night for 5 hours they lost power, so the batteries were able to supplement that until it came back on, and then it came on soon enough to recharge the batteries. But they have electricity only. They have a hose you can flip your tank, which we did. I don't see a dump station, and yeah, but it's fine for a night stay. It was an easy to park, and the river's pretty cool. I'd be inclined to want to jump in, but the rocks and everything are kind of muddy, so and it's still chilly. Walk down here and see if I can show you there's the highway. And you know, the Alcan and Cassier and these different highways at night, you know, even if you're close to the highway, they slow down at night. There's not much traffic. And this one, I think we're back in the major metropolitan area, right? Prince George is quite large enough to have homeless people and beggars and stuff like that. And then we're going to a national park, which is very popular. So anyway, it's a heavily trafficked by big trucks, and they're working all hours, so it's loud. To make a long story short, it's loud. So yeah, but if you need a night stay over, you know, it's a great place to stop. The owners were super friendly and drove around and talked to everybody, so you can't fault that. So 40 bucks Canadian, which, you know, which isn't great. I'd rather pay 40 bucks with a full hookup, which we did the night before. But there you go. Onwards and not upwards, but onwards and downwards as we head down the country. And British Columbia is a giant province. It's a travel day from Prince George, and we're going back to the national parks in the Canadian Rockies. We've got one stop in between, and a little construction for you. I was gonna say the roads have been really good, but and roads can't be good unless you work on them. Here they are working on them.
Why can't I just go straight? The road doesn't go there.
Turn left, then your destination will be on the right.
Princell, I don't know how to pronounce it. We're stopped for provisions, heading back towards the Canadian Rockies, and this is a pretty nice setup. We were able to park the trailer, and there's a park right next to the grocery store, so we're able to walk the dogs. And I mean, it looks a little sketchy because the apartment building has a bunch of trash and such, but we've kind of had that for the last few days. So, but anyway, it's nice. Joanne can go in and go shopping, and I get to walk the dogs, and everybody wins. It's a really big skate park. It's pretty cool. I never did learn how to skate. Apparently the longest wooden truss bridge, I don't know, in the world. 700 meters, I think it said, and built in 1928. It's pretty cool that they kept it going.
Closer into Revelstoke, and it's a little bit more clear. And I think I'm seeing the weather reports is about seeing a air quality advisory, but this area is definitely an air quality advisory.
Canadians are a bunch of heathens. They don't have churches.
She says we can fit here. I'm questioning her, but
Well, we're a lot shorter than he is.
all right,
So we're not gonna.
stick out quite so far.
So we're set up in Cache Creek campground, in our third travel day of just kind of like bam, bam, bam travel. And yeah, this one's interesting. I've had to. My electricity's on the back, and my plug-in is in the back, and then the source is in the front. And then I thought to get it level, we parked the trailer here, but then I'm 2 feet short, so I got an extension, and then I ran my wires up there, which could fit here, but then I want to rinse tomorrow, so that doesn't fit. Well, this place has a pool, so let's go check that out. Alright, we've got a pool. Well, My wife found this Fruit World when she was searching for something, I guess a place to stop, and she's like, let's go to Fruit World. I'm like, hey, check the parking, make sure we can RV park. And she's like, oh yeah, it looks good. No, it's not good. Like, there is literally no parking. A few cars, so the whole street is parked up. On this other side, there's some kind of a dairy thing with farms and animals you can look at. And yeah, I'm not sure what the dairy place is called, but anyway, long story short, we're driving in, and like, we have the absolute best parking spot. Like, all the other RVs are parked along the side of the road, and they're at a higher tilt than I would like to do. So, like, down here, this Airstream has a huge berm, so I wouldn't want to come back up on the road where he is. So yeah, but anyway, we're fine, so that's cool. Got lucky. I think if it was oh, it's the Dutchman Dairy. I think if it was just the Dutchman Dairy, it wouldn't be, if it was just a Fruit World, it wouldn't be that popular. Everybody likes ice cream.
Expert evidence, and the next trial, if there is one, is going to debunk this whole notion